Am I getting audio on this? Yeah, I'm getting audio. Cool. Hello, everyone. Good evening. This is Ranger X3X, and tonight I'm going to be continuing my career playthrough of Power Wash Simulator. Going to throw out the social media stuff real quick. Discord, hopefully that link still works. I have no idea because I haven't seen anyone join in ages, so there's that. Twitter, mostly for going live notifications. So yeah, we're going to do a job tonight and then I'm going to wrap the stream up, and then I might be back later tonight streaming another game. It could be the Schedule One demo again. It could be a co-op game with one of my brothers. So we'll see what that actually pans out to be. So we're down to two jobs at the moment. We have clean the skate park, clean the forest cottage. Skate park pays 900. Forest Cottage pays 700. This is well, the skate park I just know is going to be a massive job because it's a park. Um, but the cottage is only $200 less, even though it looks contained within a brick fence line. It could be deceptive. It could be like the firehouse. There could be something in the picture we don't see, like a barn or something behind it, like there was the training building behind the firehouse that was freaking large. What's up, Migs? How are you doing this fine evening? I think what I'm going to go for is the Forest Cottage. Again, I don't, that picture could be deceptive. There could be something behind it. But interestingly enough, most maps feature a socket ball and a garden gnome that you can move around. It's just goofy stuff in the game. It just wasn't there in the last two maps that we did. So we'll do this. Okay, right now it doesn't look to be much behind it at all. Looks like a wood pile, possibly a chopping block. We are two humble confectioners, brother and sister, living on our own deep in the woods of the national park, and there's absolutely nothing strange about that. We are also the creators of the finest gingerbread ever to grace the county, but to stay on top, we need constant reinvention, and our dream forest home has become a grubby grotto affecting our ability to dream up wonderful new recipes. Can you come and restore our cottage and with it our creative flow? Danka. Well, sir or ma'am, if you let your cottage get to that level of condition, I'll gladly take your money, but you'll just gonna be calling me back in a month or so. Doing well, sir. Hope you're having a good day. I am having a fantastic day. I have no complaints. First world problems are just that, first world problems. So again, I'm going to do a job here, wrap the stream up. I might be back on later tonight streaming another game. It could be anything from the Schedule One demo to Atlas Fallen, or maybe Soul Mask or Path of Exile 2 co-op. So we'll see what that turns out. It depends on what my brother was going to want to play tonight. I think we're almost done with Ghost Recon Breakpoint. And he doesn't seem like he wants to move on to the division at the moment. So we'll do this here. Okay, so there is sound, the ambient sound, but I notice, do I have game, is there game music? And I just have the music down? No, everything's looks to be default setting. There is no music. Okay, well there's that. So let's look around for the garden gnome. Kitty cat, what you doing, baby girl? What you doing, baby? You want to say hi to the stream? Oh, you my little baby, aren't you? Yes, you are. You're just gonna claw me now, aren't you? You're gonna get your blood sample before you go. I know. Oh no, I'm looking at this post on the screen. It's got nasty. I gotta do this. I gotta do this wall too. Oh wow, really? Yep, stone wall. I sure do. Alright, apparently there's no soccer ball or garden gnome here, which is interesting. But I'm going to go ahead and start with the, again, trying to play this as realistically as possible. Tell me that's as close as I can get it. Alright. See if we can do this job without having to resort to that lousy soap. It's expensive as all get out. Works quite amazingly effective, but I know it's natural for people to be suspicious, but we really are who we say we are. You know, if you want to get freaky with your sister in the woods, I mean, who am I to judge? Alright. Some green work here. Alright, orange may not be a good color on this job, so we're going to change that to pink. Yeah, I think that's going to be a better color. Alright. White's not cutting it there on that heavy stuff, so we're going to have to come back down here. Maybe you'll do the tops. Looks like it's okay for the tops. So the weather vane. Oh, the weather vane is going to require some force. Surprisingly, the weather vane's not moving. Nope. Oh no! Yeah, that could have been... That should have been fatal. That's not gonna work. I can walk up that slope? Really? Again, we don't know what the percentage completion algorithm or calculation that occurs in the background. You don't have to get every single spot, I know that for a fact. Yay! No fall damage for the win. How else am I going to be able to get that? I mean, they've really put this in an awkward spot. Or am I going to be able to move that thing around? I'm probably overthinking this. Damn, that's loud. Sorry. Keep getting stuck on the static mesh. All right, so yeah, we just hit the sweet spot of the calculation there. We're now down with what we're done with the weather vane. All right, so we're going to go with the extendo. No. Alright, we're good. Alright, I don't like the extension that close. That's what she said. So this counts as the main roof cap. And we're more than 50% done with it. So I'm thinking we can knock this piece out definitely right now. Just by getting percentage of surface area. That's got to be 98%. Is this tablet or PC? I am playing on a PC at the moment. I think this game would be wonderful on a tablet. To me, this is something that I think would play very well, like if you're traveling, sitting in an airport, waiting to board a plane kind of thing. I mean, I know that I recently had to fly up north. No! This would have been fantastic to have in the airport. Alright, that's just out of range right now. There we go. So we got that done. So the main roof cap is complete. You don't need to do that. They're very satisfying. I thought this. I mean, I'm just going to be honest. I thought this game was a complete joke. I was like, who the hell's playing this shit? I like playing racing games, first-person shooters, CRPGs, that kind of crap, and then picked this up on a Steam sale and haven't looked back. This is an absolutely fantastic game. I do not have a Steam Deck, but I can't imagine that this thing would not work well on a Steam Deck either. I think this would be perfect for a Steam Deck. Alright, got that one knocked out. So these caps should be an easy win if I can just get these knocked out. I mean, there's a reason this game has overwhelmingly positive reviews on Steam. I don't know if they're working on a Power Wash Simulator 2. I mean, it would make sense, But they could also just still keep pumping out DLC for this. I don't have any of the DLC at the moment. Not that I don't want to, it's just that, and I may have expressed this on stream before, when it comes to gaming, I am a card-carrying cheap bastard, and I will wait for a deep discount before I buy anything. That's just me. And as someone who's found out there is a limit to how many games you can return on Steam, I'm one of those people. It's better to wait for a sale before you pull the trigger on a full game. If you can't get your hands on a demo. Ugh. I don't know what this brother and sister combo is going out here, but this is some nasty ass shit. They need to work on a couple things. Alright, what can white do for us here? I think white's going to get us surface area. We're not going to get everything, but we're just going for a total amount of surface area, like right there. So even though we clearly have white's not cutting it right there, that we don't care at this point. We're just trying to hit that sweet spot of calculation before we burn through a bunch of time on what is called collectively the main roof. So that's not the main roof. This is the main roof. Is this the main roof? That's also the main roof. No, they're two separate main roofs. I can tell because this one, the white bar in the top left, is almost full, where this main roof, it's down to about 30% or so. So we'll stay on this side until we get this finished. And again, I'm going to leave this glob here just because we're trying to get to that magic number. That side gable roof, this is main roof. So that's not the main roof, this is the main roof. Trying to see everything that counts as the main roof. Yeah, that's frame, not the main roof itself. Let's just hit some of the obvious large patches. Looks like we're almost at 98% on the main roof, or one of the main roofs. Oh, we got a nice swath right here. If we look at the main roof, we're at 54% complete. That's misleading because there's two different main roofs. We're just spraying and praying right now. We're so close to this. Will red show up better here or... No, red's not a good color. Option, what about white? White's better. White's a lot better. Damn, I missed a lot right here. That doesn't count as main roof. That's a frame. See, I'm down to like 99% on this main roof. And there it is right there. The little... Yep, there we go. So we got the main roof done there. Go ahead and do the main roof. Actually, you know what? Let's just finish out here. We have the front gable roof. Front dormer roof. Alright. How many front gable roofs are there? 2, so they're going to be on opposite sides, just like the main roof. Yes, we moved here just a week after that bank robbery, but people move house all the time. You know what? I didn't ask. Don't be going getting all freaky friendly on me, like you're paying me to be your social media. Oh, that's nice. I got a freebie there. I doubt this customer actually has friends on Facebook. Alright, so we got one of the front gable roofs done. Wait a minute. That's front gable roof. That's front gable roof. Back. Oh, front and back. Okay, nice how they did split that up. I mean, to be hyper technical, they could have gone front gable roof side, left side, right side. But what do I know? I'm just playing a first-person soaker. So my widest nozzle is doing a really good job here, and I think it is because I have the second to best power washer in the game, which is the Prime Vista 3000. I can get to the Prime Vista Pro, but I need, well, first of all, I'm nowhere close versus cash on hand. I need 5 grand for that. Plus, it's locked behind a 90 star rating, and I'm currently only at 66. And I get stars for, I believe, just completing jobs, actually, I think is all it is. I mean, honestly, you complete the job or you don't. It's not like someone's going to leave you a bad review or something. Like, hey, he used my water and he didn't say he was going to use my water. Whose water you use is not exactly modeled in the game. It's just water is used. Apparently no questions asked. Oh, this is getting really picky here. How am I going to get that? Windows appear done. Window frame appears done. That's front dormer wall is not done. Now it's done. Frames are done. All you guys are done. So we're done with that. Again, I'm trying to play this as realistically as possible, even though not true, but there is no water runoff model in the game. And there shouldn't be. I mean, that's pushing, that would be leaning too hard into the realism aspect, and I would think it would detract from the game and possibly to the point it would lose its overall outstandingly positive review. Overwhelmingly positive review, whatever it is on Steam. I think this game is exactly what it needs to be at the moment. This is probably one of those titles that, yeah, throw a couple DLC at it, like the Warhammer DLC and the Wallace and Gromit stuff, for sure, but you don't need to keep tweaking the gameplay. Core mechanics are there. Again, what in the world are these people going out here to this place to make it look so disturbing? Whoops. Uh-oh. Alright, window frame. We still got some jacked up stuff on this window frame. Back dormer wall. Alright, we got that done there. Are we done there? Check. Everything checks except the roof. Alright, that's good. You might say I bear a slight resemblance to Floozy McGee, but she was much younger than I am now and such a happy soul. Oh, you're not a happy soul? You shouldn't be telling me this stuff while I'm working on your house. I feel like this is an excited utterance or something, and I don't want to have to be called to for your trial and whatnot. Wow, really? I can't fit that in here? You're gonna make me do it, aren't you? Yep. side gable roof cap. All right. Chimney's going to be no. Chimney's not going to be a problem because I got all this exposed down here, so I'm not going to worry about that necessarily. Nice. Got that down there. Alright, so we got that done there. Alright, we're getting distracted. I need to focus on the heavy duty stuff at the top. Counts just technically as the back wall. So this whole thing is the back wall. There's no specific trim piece for that. Back gable roof. We're not even done with this. Main roof is still not done. I think we're getting distracted by small pockets when we need to be going for the large amounts. Focus on big kills, big stones and boulders. Alright, so we got the main roof done. Hansel looks nothing like Rocky McGee. Hansel has a huge beard, long unruly hair, and defeated eyes. I'm gonna block your number here in a moment. Main roof frame. We're not necessarily worried about that right now at the moment. Oh yeah, you're not the thieves, are you? I think this would be tampering with evidence. Alright, so that's nice and done. What is this nasty red stuff? What am I missing on this piece? That's a timber pillar. There it is. Alright, so we got a little bit of stuff here we gotta get. Not looking too shabby. We're at 71%. Still trying to do this as realistically as possible. Not being able to put this in the front is kind of sucks. Man, that's got a long reach. Holy shit. Just missing a little bit on that. I'm going to need to move this to the opposite angle. No, I'm stuck. Can I get it anywhere? Sweet spot? Anybody? Well, that blows. We need to focus on the big picture. Nice. Rocky would never run away from the law and hide out in a dank cottage for years claiming to be a baker unless he was completely desperate. Lady, I don't care how you live your life. Really? What am I missing? Still no sighting of the soccer ball or the garden gnome. What you doing, kitten? You wanna sit here and watch Daddy work? Gonna be a little nook right there I'm gonna have to get. There we go. Am I done with the house? Uther! What's up, buddy? Dude, can you do my deck next? Oh, and my walkway. I don't, I'm not licensed up north. But if it makes you feel any better, I will give you a shout out. So this is one of those jobs that were deceptive. The image just showed the house. It didn't indicate that I also had to do the fence. But because there's no way to walk outside that I'm aware of, this is a false wall and I can't open the gate. It looks like we're only going to have to do the inside. But we finally get, I think the house is done. You pay cash? Define cash, because cash is a very ambiguous statement these days. Some people consider Bitcoin cash. Other people consider PayPal cash. Some people even consider their debit cards cash. You want to say hi? Say hi to Uther. Say hi, Uther. Uther says, hey, kitty. All right, so, yeah. Chimney is only 88%. Door handle is only 98%. Really? What did I miss with the chimney? Oh, yeah. Shit. Oh, that looks kind of good to me. Yeah, door handle. Really, I missed something with the chimney. I'll change the color up. I'm going to go back to pink for a moment. Chimney shaft is 89% clean. It's got to be up top, down in the actual chimney itself. Oh yeah, here it is. There we go, we got that done. Oh, looks like another piece of shit that we can ban. Goodbye. He was like a mentor to me. All that shit just fell down the chimney into the house. That's not my problem. That would be a them problem. I hope they closed their damper or whatever it's called, but So we got a couple more things. We have what's called a front dormer roof and a front gable roof frame. Front dormer roof, side gable roof, back gable roof, front. Okay, this is it here. There it is. What was the other thing called? Front gable roof frame. Dormer roof. Oh, we're in the back. Front gable roof. Frame. There it is right there. We may be done with the house now. Side gable roof caps? What? Really? You're telling me I missed 8% of that and I'm not seeing any indicator? Ah, fuck. Bless you, kitten. Chat pause due to scroll. Oh, no, it's not. Ah, fudge. Here it is right here. I need to take the extendo wand off. Alright, I think we're done with the house. Nope. Timber frames, 99%. Timber pillar, timber pillar. Timber pillar, wait a minute. Pillar, timber frame. Oh, so these are the frames. I just gotta find, here it is here. Alright, gates, posts, and stone walls. We have 3 things left and it's all exterior. So we're going to do the gates first, or try to. Yeah, I was thinking they're going to have to give me some type of allowance for the backside because it will not let me on the opposite side of this wall. Alright, so post 9. Again, as soon as I wrap this job up, I'm going to wrap the stream, export the video or the VOD to YouTube, and I will probably be back around 9 or 9:30 tonight streaming again. It'll be a co-op game with probably my brother One of my two brothers. I'm not sure what it's going to be yet. It could... You okay, buddy? It's okay. It's okay, little guy. Could be Ghost Recon Breakpoint. We're pretty much done with the game. We've completed all the non-DLC main missions. We just got a couple side missions to do. If it's not that, it'll be Atlas Fallen. I don't think... Just 1 second, please. Alright, he's okay. Just cat stuff. I don't think it's going to be Path of Exile 2 at the moment because that game just put out a major update and it caused everybody to respec their characters. I'm almost done respecing my Infernalist Witch for that game. But given that they put out a new class and there's 11 other classes I haven't played yet, I might just roll a new character in that game and start the acts. It's an early access game that currently only has 3 acts, and then they do acts 1, 2, and 3 a second time, but on a harder mode called Cruel Mode. And then after that, it's just your typical ARPG endgame, endless forever game bullshit that I personally don't care for. I would like to see an ARPG have a start, middle, and end, have a final boss, and then once you defeat it, you beat the game, yada, yada, yada. And if you want to run a new game plus after that, like, say, Dark Souls, that'd be perfectly fine with that. It's an early access game called Path of Exile 2. It's a fantastic game, but they put out their first super major early access patch to introduce a new class. But they did so much mechanical change, it caused everyone's existing character to have all of their skill points reset. So I had to go in and reset, manually reset over 112 different skill points today that I had set over the course of 3 months of gameplay. Thankfully, typically what I'm doing is I'm following a build guide from a site called Maxroll, and they have updated their build guide to account for the new witch mechanic, or whatever the new thing is they did with this game. So I'm kind of mapping that at the moment. It's a fun game. It's one of those games where, well, first of all, it's early access. It's not like Baldur's Gate. It's not even a completed game. They only have 3 acts at the moment. Each act has its own boss, and that's what I like. That's really what I like in a game. I like a defined ending. I don't like a game that just goes on forever in some endgame state. Maybe that's a thing that the genre has demanded since Diablo days. I don't know. I don't play that many ARPGs. In fact, Path of Exile is the only ARPG I play at the moment. You're going to be pretty dicky here, aren't you? Yeah, we got that. All right, so you, sir, need to go over here. You're in my way. So I saw on the news today, Uther, I saw in the news where Lowe's is now going to be closed on Easter Day as well. Um, and I've just to be frank, this wouldn't have happened under a previous administration, but I think that's cool shit. Yay! Victory! Boss slain! We are the champions! Escape job complete. Open the tablet to continue. We're up to $16.95 in cash. Get the obligatory replay. Gold hands on Gretel gingerbread house. Not as involved as the fire station we did 2 streams ago. $700. I still don't understand the job offer versus the earnings versus the payout. So here it says $700 in white, $700 in blue. If I go to the details, there is typically a $25, $50, $100, $200, $300 difference between the value column and the earned column. And I don't know what the difference is. So in this job, the difference is a flat $100. The interesting thing is, if you look at this side by side and go line by line down, each value is the same in both columns. So one column can't total $100 more than the other. One column can't total $100 less if the values are the same. So there's some other calculation that's going on here. They should have a line item that shows a bonus. Good game. Thank you very much. Appreciate it. So, I mean, I'm not bitching about the payday. It's just that it doesn't make sense. And I wish, not that I'm looking for a spreadsheet, but I am somebody who works with spreadsheets, and this affects my OCD. So, yeah, there's that. I would just like to know, okay, if I'm getting a $100 job completion bonus, that should show as a separate line item. You shouldn't say 20 here, 20 there, 600 here, 700 there. That just doesn't make sense to me. So, no, it's not a game about balancing your checkbook. I get that. Let's go back to the career screen. So if I continue, that leaves us one more job at the moment. I don't know at this point is if when I do clean the skate park, if I complete that, if my career, quote unquote, is over, or if there are new jobs. I have noticed in the past that I've gotten down to 1 or 2 jobs on this screen, and then when I did one of those jobs, when I came back to the screen, there were now 2 or 3 new jobs. So I don't know if I'm nearing end game or what's actually going on here. I'm going to have to say in career mode, I'm probably not near end game. And the reason why I say that is I can't even buy the best power washer in the game, the Prime Vista Pro. Not only that I don't have enough money earned yet, I don't have enough star rating. This is gated behind a 90 star rating. I only have 70. The only way I could earn 20 stars is to do jobs. And right now, there's only one more job that can potentially pay 5 stars. So if I completed that job, I would theoretically only go to 75 stars. So there's got to be more content in the pipeline that I haven't actually got to yet, is what I'm thinking. So is the career mode in this game, is it finite? I'm sure it has to be, because otherwise where are these jobs coming from? Are they going to be recycled? In a real life scenario, recycling the jobs and replaying them a second time actually makes sense, because once you power wash something, especially a nasty ass house like that, those people aren't going to change their ways overnight. That house is going to end up being nasty ass again, and in 2 months I'm going to be called back out here. So in that regard, this is a job simulation management light type of game where I think redoing content as opposed to an ARPG like Path of Exile 2, where you should defeat the final boss and the game be over, this makes sense to repeat content, because you got a like lawn mowing simulator. If you mow somebody's lawn week 1 and week 5, it's going to need to be mowed again. So that makes sense to me. But what do I know? I'm just a cheap ass video gamer. So I'm going to go ahead and wrap this up. Give Uther one more shout out. He's doing Baller Gate 3. He's on year 3, or act 3, I should say. Almost wrapping it. I think you might actually finish that game this weekend if you can invest your typical long full streams. For me, again, I'm going to be wrapping up here. It's 8:11 EST. I might be back streaming again tonight around 9 or 9:30ish. Again, don't know what game it is. Probably be a co-op thing. I'll be talking to some people on Discord, that kind of stuff. So we will wrap this up throughout social media one more time. There's Discord. I'm on it every single day. That is the best place to come and yell at me at. I also use X mostly for shit posting, also for going live notifications, which I did do tonight. I'm getting better at that. So I will wrap that up. Everybody have a fantastic and safe evening. I will catch you later. Ranger out.